How's it going, gang? Yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna be giving you guys advice on FPL that you did not ask for, but hey, I'm gonna give it to you either way. So yeah, let's have a look at how we did this past game week. But yeah, so yeah, this is my team: Hannibal, Leicester, Tandari, Vanessa. That's a combination of me and my girlfriend's second names. But yeah, I think, look, my goal every single week is to always, the minimum you have to do is be above average. I don't care if it's by 1 point, by 10 points, I don't give a damn. So long as you're above average. And it looks like this week, hey, I mean, we got 66 points, good shot. So yeah, let's go have a look at the team. Let's see exactly where we got our points from. So yeah, here's a little bit of a look at my team. Look, a staple in my team for me. Let me just make this easy. There we go. I'll put myself in the corner there so that you guys can see the team a bit better. Alright, yeah. So yeah, let's have a look. So yeah, I mean, the usual. Gotta have, the Arsenal brick wall, Gabriel Raya, standard nice clean sheets, Chalobah, Van der Ven. Yeah, last week, Van der Ven got 23 points. Guess where he was in my team? On my bench. I was like, you know what? Even though I know how FPL the rules dictate of look, just because a player does well, you do not get him immediately. Well, I had him all along and I was like, you know what? Let me give him a chance this week. And I was like, let me play. I mean, they played Chelsea, so surely that should be like a 0-0, or he could have at least gotten some points, but no. Conceded a very early goal, and honestly, Spurs were really uninspired in that game. But here we are, got me 2 points. Keen. I didn't really know what to expect from this game with Sunderland. I was expecting like a no-no, but yeah. Looking at my midfield, I think midfield was really disappointing, to be honest. Sorry. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I got my selections wrong here. And then the attack as well. I actually watched the Ekitik again. A funny story, I was actually at the club when this game was on, but luckily for me, in the club they were actually showing the game, and I saw he actually scored a goal, but unfortunately it was ruled offside. Rightfully so, but when I saw that I was like, surely he's gonna get a goal at some point during the game, but oh well, yeah. Then Baltimore, I didn't catch that game, bit disappointed, and I think what sucks is I think what sucks about Baltimore is that it's the second game in a row he's blanked, and I'm still keep him because I think he's pretty good, but it's just that honestly I think this season there hasn't really been any consistent strikers besides Haaland, and yeah, it's been quite disappointing on that end, but hey, yeah, here we are. And on that topic, our boy Haaland. Look, I think at this point, if you don't have Haaland in your team, first of all, bro, can you take yourself seriously? And secondly, what are you doing not captaining Haaland? Because he just breathes and lives goals. Every single time, he's just thinking about the goals, and also it's the way he scores these goals, man. It's just so inevitable, and his work rate, man, he really works hard for these goals, and honestly, he just keeps getting better and better. So yeah, thank you, Haaland. Thank you so much. Okay, so the last thing, I think, so looking at the team as a whole, they did pretty well. If you just look at this team as it is, you're thinking, not too bad. But when you look at my bench, man, my goodness, I got it wrong, man. So yeah, on my bench, I have Xhaka, Cucurella, and Kevin. Xhaka, oh my boy. Yeah, I guess this is where I got it wrong. Of like, since I expected Everton versus Sunderland to be like either team to win, I always like to even out the odds. You know, take calculated risks, or rather, you know what? Take managed risks. Okay. Looking back, I should have taken out one of these Everton players and put Xhaka in there. I think probably, like, obviously hindsight is always 2020, but I don't know. Obviously I was in a rush. I didn't really have that much time to look at this team, but I should have started Xhaka in my midfield, and that would have been a plus 8 points. And then the other one, I should have just kept him on my bench, but honestly, obviously because of how he did well last week, I was like, you know what, he's gonna play this week. So yeah, and I didn't want of like, if Spurs win, they get a clean sheet. That would mean I've got Van de Ven on my bench and I've got 2 Chelsea players playing and they both don't get points. So that would have sucked as well. But hey, here we are now. So yeah, but overall, I'm not too upset with my team for this week. I think we did alright. Obviously, you always want 4 points, but hey, I'll take what I get. And then the last thing, regarding this team, yeah, looks like I'm dropping a bit there. Sorry. Yeah. Looks like I dropped a bit there in some of the leagues I'm in. The league I'm really like paying attention to is Blink 182, because that's the league I created. So obviously I want to be top in my own league. But there's this one brother, I don't know how he does it. Like, he got like 90 something points this week. I'm like, bro, how did you know to put a, what's it called? Sorry, what do you call it? He put a, he uses bench boost. Have a look. Like, I probably know who this person is, but I just don't know. Like, bro, look at his team, bro. Look at his team. That's actually a guy I've been wanting to get in my team, Gehi. I've been putting him off for too long, and yeah, that ended up biting me in the behind. But yeah, I definitely, you're gonna see from my transfers, that's one of my guys. Everywhere else, I'm like, you know what, his midfield, it didn't really do that well, to be honest. Like Rangers, Semenyo, Saka. Yeah, Saka. Yeah, man, the attacking midfielders this year have been quite disappointing, not gonna lie. It's the year of the defensive midfielders, honestly. And then look at his bench boost. Like, this is a perfect way to use a bench boost, bro. Like, okay, it's not the best, but he still got 18 points from it, which has obviously gotten him way ahead of me in the league. And yeah, man, props to him. But yeah, he better watch out. I want that number 1 back. But yeah, and he's a City fan. Come on, man. No, man. No, can't have this. But yeah, back to the league. Yeah, he's created a bit of a gap at the top there, but hey, you know, never say never. Things change quite quickly in fantasy. So yeah. But anyway, now let's look on to game week 11. So yeah. Okay, so I actually already made my transfers and all that. I just decided to do it hella quickly. I did it yesterday actually, but I just forgot to record it. But yeah, actually, I didn't forget to record it. I wasn't even thinking of recording this, but I was like, hey, you know what? Let me give you guys advice about FPL that you did not ask for. I'm just here to yell. Yeah, but yeah. Anyway. Transfers. Yes. Let's have a look at the transfers. So, as you guys know, I've been doing some coding. So I was like, you know what? I've gained some skills in coding, and if I'm gonna get a skill right, and I'm not gonna get paid for it. I may as well at least use it for something that I like to do, you know? So I was like, you know what? Let me use my coding skills for fantasy. So yeah, I've got this. I pretty much have a program that I wrote up. Shout out ChatGPT. But also shout out me, shout out me for actually thinking about this whole idea and actually implementing it and all that. So still, you know what? Shout out ChatGPT for being a good personal assistant. Shout out me too. But yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys the code, and yeah, I'll show you. So my code does two things. First of all, it creates a squad of 15 players. That's the standard FPL team size. So first of all, it creates an optimized 15 player squad, and it makes sure that your squad is within the FPL budget constraint of 100 million. And for it to optimize, I just tell it like, look, get the maximum amount of points you can. I just ask it, create a team that maximizes the amount of points that team will get over a 4 game week period. So yeah, that's what it does here. So some of these numbers, these expected points that you see over here, right? That's the amount of points you expect these players to get over the next 4 game weeks, and all that. And then these expected points next, that's just for the next game week, and in this case that's going to be game week 11. But yeah, so this is the team I got. We've got Gabriel, Timber, Senesi. Hold on. Yeah. I did run it. So yeah, this is who they are recommending for this week. So yeah, you can already see there's some people here that I already have. Like, obviously depending on how many free transfers I have and all that, I'll use some of these suggestions, but I'll show you the other part of the code that I use to get other suggestions as well. So as I told you, the first part of the code it gives you an optimized 15 player squad, right? That's the first thing it does. And then another thing, of those 15, it gives you an XI to pick and then who to have on your bench, etc, right? And then this is something that might be useful for other people as well, where I give it my team, right? I give it the players that I have currently, right? And I ask it, or I don't ask it. It's got the program, the script, what it does, right? Of the players I have, right? It suggests transfers that I should make based on the team that I have, This part, it's not, it's hit or miss, It's not as good as compared to the other top part where it gives you the optimized 15 man squad. So yeah, let's have a look at some of the suggestions that they have for us. So yeah, let's just go down. So yeah, I don't know why. It's always suggested take out Cucurella, right? And I'm like, Cucurella gets me decent points though. Like, I wouldn't take out him, right? But what I am paying attention to is the players that it is recommended, right? And as you can see here already, the obvious shout is Gay. Like, Gay is like the top. It's probably top, like in terms of points for defenders, like along with Timber and Gabriel. He's probably like third or second. But yeah, Gay is definitely someone I need to get. Gravenberch is someone I'm also eyeing. Rice, yes. Then everyone else here, I'm like, you know what? I can do without them. I think I'm fine without them. But yeah, so this is leading on to. I just wanted to advertise the code I have in case you guys ever need, to have a look at this. If you want to have a look at this, just shout out me, or you can find me on LinkedIn, on GitHub. I did make a post about this on my LinkedIn. Yeah, I'm that person. I'm that person who makes posts on LinkedIn. But hey, a man's gonna do what a man's gonna do. But anyway, I can show you my GitHub profile, and you can find this code. I'm all about open source. if I know how to do something and if you guys need help with it, I'll make it available, you know. But you know, if I see if it's like really working, come on, we live in a capitalist world. I will make money off it. But yeah. Anyway, back to the important stuff. Fantasy. Okay, let's go back. Alright, let me show you guys my team, right? Pick team. Okay. So yeah, as you can see now already, like I said earlier, I already made my changes. I already brought in my players. I don't know, is there a way I can show you guys transfers that I made? I know like on one of the apps it shows you like a history of all the transfers that you've done and all that. But anyway, I'll just show you guys the players that I brought in, the players I brought out. Sorry, excuse me. Sorry about that. So yeah, I said I have to bring in I have to bring in Gay. I really have to. And it came at the expense of Mickey Van de Ven. Look, I know this feels outlandish, especially after the goal he scored during the week in the Champions League. But he's so inconsistent. In fact, Tottenham as a whole right now have been so inconsistent. Like, there are 2 weeks where they're really good, then the next week they just Tottenham, you know. So yeah, I don't really know what to do with that. And I don't think I'm the only one who feels like that. But yeah, it's a Tottenham thing, you know. So yeah, because of that, I was like, nah, you know what? I'm a bring in. So I'm just fixing stuff here. How unprofessional. But yeah. Yeah, so I was like, nah, just gotta take on Mickey because he's just too inconsistent for me. And you know what? I might come to regret this, but I'll probably be with someone who's more consistent. So that was the first change I made, right? And then I'm sure you guys saw on my bench I've got Kevin. Yeah, I saw the one game of Kevin and I was like, yo, this is gonna be my hidden my gem, you know, that player that no one sees and before it's too late. Yeah, I thought I was gonna be that with Kevin. But yeah, I bought the Bitcoin too early, you know, because first of all, when I bought him, he still wasn't starting. He was just making cameo appearances, so he'd get like a customary 1 or 2 points. And then I think maybe now he's playing a bit more consistent, but still he's not scoring yet. But I do think at some point he's gonna really be a guaranteed starter and, you know, get him flow in the team, and then from there, telling you guys, Kevin, he first heard it from me. Yeah, so I had to take him out and I brought him, surprise, I brought in Diaz. I brought in my boy Rice, you know, our corner specialist, you know, our free kick specialist, our dead ball specialist, Declan Rice, you know, bend it like Declan. Yeah, we're gonna rename it. It's not bend it like Beckham, it's bend it like Declan. So yeah, you know, I'm believing in the Declan stocks, so I brought him in. And my other, the other person I brought in was Gravenberch, and this one was a bit controversial for me because I sold Grealish. You know, I think Grealish had a really great start, but he's fizzled out just a bit, and yeah, I might come to regret this. But I was like, you know what, Gravenberch, like, I don't know, man. The DMs this season have just been on some crack. I don't know. Maybe managers are now like, no. We want DMs that contribute to goals, because who's expecting DMs to score now? Or before this, who was expecting DMs to score? I mean, I've been seeing these DMs move a bit too crazy, so I was like, nah, that's fine. I'll bring him in. And to be honest, I'm not missing out on much, because the attacking midfielders, the guys who expect to score, the left wingers, the right wingers, they're just not consistent. So yeah, Gravenberch was the other guy I brought in. But I've put him on the bench because, as we all know, it's a very big game of City versus Liverpool. Honestly, I really don't know how this game's gonna go. City have home advantage, so you're expecting them to do better. But honestly, as an Arsenal fan, I kind of need them to draw. To be honest, that's always the best thing for us, and for us to win against Sunderland. It's also a pretty difficult game for us. So yeah, but anyway, even with all that in mind, Haaland is still my captain. Like, he's inevitable, guys. So yeah, that's my team there. United also have quite a big game with Tottenham. It can be quite tricky, but I'm still gonna rate the player of the month, Brian Mbeumo. Props to him. Props to him. Look, yeah. I'm fine with him winning player of the month. I just think the manager of the month has to be undoubtedly Mikel Arteta. First of all, he's won all his games in October, and he has not conceded a goal. Like, yeah, props to Ruben Amorim for winning all 3 of his games, but he conceded goals. So yeah, but I'm sure he'll probably edge it because they did beat Liverpool this month. So props to them for that. But yeah, this is my team, guys. Otamada, I don't know right now, man. Even during the week, Champions League, he didn't score as well. I'm still gonna trust in his stocks. So yeah, let me know how many points you guys think this team will get. I'm gonna be quite. I don't know how many. I think this team's gonna get 55. I don't think it's gonna be as good as last week or the 66, but I do think it will still get like 55. 50 ain't too bad, shit. But yeah, that's my team, guys. Thank you for listening to me yap about fantasy. Yeah. Anyway, hope everyone has a good day. Ciao.